You know what I hate? When things just don't live up to my level of whimsy. I think I broke my neck. I want to surround myself with fantastical things, fantastical people, fantastical vibes. Modern day design of things just does not chop my garlic. So as long as I'm on this earth, I am going to make the things that I possess more magical, more whimsical, slightly less practical. Pedro Pascal is my witness. It's my mission. Because you have clicked on this video, you may realize that the specific object of my frustration right now is my office chair. So this is my setup currently. You would be surprised with the amount of time I spend in here that I would put a little bit more care into it. But for now, it's fine, except for this chair. It's just so boring. First of all, it was a hand-me-down from Nick because he upgraded his gaming chair, and so I got the leftovers, which I'm perfectly fine with. I really don't tend to buy nice new stuff for myself, so I was like, yeah, okay. But only if it will allow me to contort myself like a 1920s traveling sideshow act. Let's take a closer look. Here she is. Subjectively, a very lovely gaming chair. I'm pretty sure these are kind of expensive too. Like I said, this was a hand-me-down from Nick, so I'm not really sure how much he paid for it. All I know is that it's mine now. If you are gearing up to send me a lengthy novel about how I shouldn't be doing this, I'm not gonna stop you. Once I have an idea in my head, bye George, it's gonna happen. I feel like a Bond villain. Mr. Bond. I did in fact make a Pinterest board, which is so elegantly named Ornate Chairs. I have saved some mostly Victorian, I think, pieces of furniture that I really find aesthetic. The chair itself is structured very modern. It has a lot of doohickeys, mechanical pieces that I don't quite understand. A modern Victorian, whimsical, fantastical kind of chair. Sort of embroidered carpet-like fabric, and then the wooden frame detail that's very intricate and very carved. I don't know why I saved this one. The only remaining furniture in a haunted Victorian mansion, and you just know someone died in it. Stop. Stop. Got some crumbs in there. Crumbs and cat hair. That's my cafe name called it. Gonna tell you this way, babe. Beautiful. You're looking great. Stay right there. Oh yeah. Okay. Probably going to stick with a green. Starting with the seat cover. Oh. Whoa. What? How? Okay, next we are getting a bit Victorian up in here. Wooden details on the arms, the legs. I would really love to make a very intricately carved headpiece. Oh, no. This kind of looks like the maid robot from Jetsons. Little embroidered motif. This looks a whole lot cooler in my head. Maybe it still will. Okay. I think I just have to try and see if along the way we can trust the process. So right now this looks like something somebody would find in a thrift store 40 years from now and say, dear God, what is this monstrosity? I'll never know if I don't try, right? Okay, yeah, it's happening. First thing I'm going to attempt to do, figure out how this chair works. Because it is a gaming chair, it's quite complicated, different moving parts and bits and bobs that I don't understand.
Using my brain, use my big burn brain. Oh, look, it does that. I didn't know it did that. Looking like an alien who's never seen a chair before.
Right, first thing I need to do is make a pattern piece for the seat cover so that I can actually sew it and it will match the chair's lumps and bumps and proportions. I've only ever done this on a human body. You wrap the object in question in plastic wrap, go over that with duct tape, and then you mark out the different sections. Creates dimension and it creates a shape that hopefully will fit this chair a little bit better. Right. Prepare to get wrapped. How? Oh, no. Ah, stop spinning! I'm just gonna get in your crack here. Activities that feel vaguely threatening. Shh. Ah, stay.
This part did get a little tricky because, like the song, this chair does have the curse of curves, except I neither have a gift for one-liners or a way with words. And this is me considering if I should just leave it like this. Aesthetic.
Well, I sure hated every dang second of that. Next step is to actually draw out these pattern pieces. I realized 3/4 of the way through that I really only needed to cover half in duct tape because it's a pattern piece, so it's gonna be the same on either side. Feel where it ends. Oh no, actually this goes up to here and around. Maybe? What am I doing? Knobs in here. Mark off where those are. So that's definitely pretty complicated. A lot of groping in this process. Come on, little mama. A little butt crack. Hee hee. All right, we got our Borderlands-esque looking cartoon shape here.
Hey, hi, it's Future Rachel here. Let's talk about how I was a big dumb dummy. Something I definitely should have done here is make little notches so that I could match the curves much better. Should have looked like this. Would have helped a lot in this process.
Here are the pattern pieces. Top center, these are all those ridge pieces. That's gonna be very annoying. And then the back, that's only half of the cushion, the ridge, and the outer ridge. And in my silly little brain, this makes sense. I'm gonna do the bottom cushion first. I wanna see if it's gonna work, and if it doesn't work, then that's less fabric wasted. Yes, I probably could do a mock-up, but I'm not gonna. Please start manifesting this for me. I need a win. Okay, I'm gonna go get the fabric.
Welcome to Choose That Fabric. Contestant number 1 is a very elegant, leafy tablecloth. Option number 2, a lovely green wool that might make my butt very moist and itchy. Next up is this corduroy, always a classic. And then our last contestant is this beautiful fabric that I found at the thrift store. But selfishly, I would like to make a dress out of this so that people can actually see it. And the winner is corduroy, baby. Thanks for playing. Don't mind the tumbleweeds of stuffing. We got Frodo a new sloth toy and he immediately decided it was time for it to die.
You want to hear something really silly? I don't have enough fabric. Laying out the fabric and figuring out if this would be enough was not something that even gave the slightest whisper to my brain. I'm gonna run to the fabric store. You know, I like to order my fabric from other sources, but this is sort of an emergency. So I wasn't super duper crazy about this color because it's kind of drab. Maybe perhaps I can find a green corduroy that's a little bit more vibrant than that. What a pain in the pooper. No. Why did I say that? Let's go. Okay, I'm back with new fabric. Really pretty emerald green. It's a teensy bit more cool tone than ideally I would have liked, but bad planners can't be choosers. I do like it more than the original fabric. I think it'll look nice with the fake wood details. Or it might look stupid, so. Moment of truth. Oh, baby. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Look at that. I'm so happy. I've tested my theory. I think it's gonna work. Now I'm just gonna continue, and I should probably figure out what I want to do for the embroidery area up there. All right, let's go.
For the embroidery, I knew I wanted to do something naturey, so I kind of went with a fern motif. After getting cozy and assuming my deep sea creature position, which Frodo thought were headlights.
Stop, it's me. Look, hey. Toot toot, beep beep. It's me.
I sketched out the design I wanted and needed to put on a movie that I really didn't have to pay attention to, which made the mistake of putting on Muppet Treasure Island. So because ferns are basically made of tiny little individual ferns for every single leaf, this did take quite a while, but it was kind of therapeutic and I enjoyed it. For the baby's breath, I tried to teach myself the French knot method, and I think I only sort of grasped it towards the end. Firstly, here is what I did last night. I watched 3 movies: Muppet Treasure Island, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Hercules. I had a grand old time. I think it looks pretty cool. It is not symmetrical, but let's be honest, are any of us? It's organic. Organic. Now that I have this, get all the pattern pieces, put them all together, fit them onto the chair. Let us crack on. Also, side note, somehow had completely forgotten how hard Muppet Treasure Island slaps. If there's anything I can influence you to do, go watch that. You'll thank me. Okay, let's go. I am actually giddy. Editing Rachel, some dramatic music, please. I am legitimately about to start crying about a chair. Somebody stop me. A few minor adjustments. I am going to take this in. There's just a little too much slack here. The back fits pretty well. Now, epoxy sculpt. With my little knowledge that I've really only seen over the internet, what I gather, there's a part A and a part B. You mix them together and it creates a clay that is stickable. Most of the time you have to create it off of the surface and then attach later. This, I believe, you can sculpt directly onto the surface. I've seen people do ornate goblets, wine glasses that have crazy ornate details. I'm going to sculpt wood-looking details like you would see on Victorian furniture, except not made out of wood. Surprise, that's literally what my channel has become. This is bold and ambitious for someone who's never used this medium before. So it says to mix equal parts A and equal parts B. Oh, we're mixing. Gotta look the part. But take this much. Wow, she's thick. That looks about right. So sticky. If I had to describe this consistency, old gum that you find on the bottom of a desk in high school. It hasn't been there that long, 2-3 days tops. That's what it feels like. Okay, I guess when it's all one consistent color, probably, right? It's just sticking to the gloves. Let's see what we can do. Wearing these gloves is actually the worst. It looks so stupid. I'm gonna go get some water, smooth this out, and then I think we can start adding more to it, like little leaves or something. Okay, boy, let's give it a shot. Hello again from the future. Just a side note, you see this marbling that's going on here? That should not happen, and you will see that it shall give me grief later.
This is looking so extra. I'm shiny, I'm exhausted, and I'm covered in schmutz. So I'm gonna go eat food and call it a day. Let's go. All right, this is our last day. I'm a little nervous because things are timing-wise not going great. The epoxy is looking great. I'm really excited about it, but it's still hardening, which makes me a little nervous. And it makes sense because I didn't finish until like 6 p.m. last night and it's only 1. It's a little gummy still in a lot of places, so that makes me a little nervous because I don't foresee that sorting itself out in 5 hours. That's the way the coffee cake crumbles. We're just gonna make do. I'm hoping this will just harden. The seat cover is looking a little wonky, but I really like it. I don't know. The areas which I kind of want to just sew so that it's a little bit tighter and fits a little bit more. And then once I do that, I'm going to start tacking things to the chair with my new upholstery gun. I don't know if you've ever tried to use any amount of force with an upholstery gun on a rolly chair, but let me tell you, it is one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had in my 30 years on this earth. I have to decide what I want to do with these arm rests. They are foam. So I was thinking maybe I could Dremel some slight wood grain in here. Allons-y. Let's get this done. I'm realizing I get really nervous around any kind of tool. I know for a fact this takes almost all my strength, but for some reason my brain is just like, oh, I don't know about this. Careful now. Legitimately don't know if this is actually gonna work. The staples that are in here are really not that long. I might have needed to purchase longer staples to really get in there. Should I flip this over though? Oh, I hope I don't break everything I did yesterday. Oh, no. Oh, I hate this so much. See, that just comes right out. I don't understand. I don't care anymore. Nope. I might just have to sew this. Didn't even work. I hate you. I guess I'm gonna try to hand sew. Let's do it. Okay, this feels incredibly stupid to do, but that is foam, baby. But I am going to put a face mask on because I don't want to be breathing this in. That worked. Unfortunately, I don't know what else I can really do until everything dries. I just gotta wait for that. I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Much later.
While we're here, I would like you to settle a marriage-shattering argument for me. Easter candy, would you rather Cadbury mini eggs or the far superior Robin's eggs? If thou shalt choose Cadbury eggs, I'm not saying you're wrong, but also get out. Just kidding. All right, time for the reveal.
Ta-da! She is done. I'm so happy. Aesthetically, I really enjoy how it came out, but I could just not include this in the video and let you believe that everything came out swimmingly, but we're friends, and I think I can be honest with you. The epoxy sculpt did not cure correctly. Part A, which is the monoline compound, and then part B, which is the hardener. Thought I was doing a pretty good job of doing 1-to-1 ratio, but I did at the end have hardener left over. So that tells me that I did not do a great job of that. I don't think I did a good job of kneading it. That's what that marbling effect was. The two parts, when they combine, it creates a chemical reaction. And I think if the mix isn't perfect, it does not come out correctly. It turns out my good enough gene really caught up with me on this one, and I am for once experiencing the consequences. So mostly up here. Down here is not too bad, it's pretty solid, but there are some spots that are still a little gummy. I'm really gutted about that, and I don't exactly know what to do about it. I think eventually I will have to redo those spots, just like scrape them off and then get some more epoxy clay and just go over those spots. For now, it's fine. I'm just gonna put it in my office, and I don't sit there editing like, I don't know. It's really upsetting and it's really embarrassing. As Frankie once said, that's life. It's my first time using epoxy sculpt, and so it's a learning process, and I learned firsthand from my mistakes. I think the armrests are cool, even though, anyways, they are a little sticky. I need to go over them with a clear coat. Seat cover, like I said, if I had done the notches, it would have helped a lot. Weird, wonky, warbly bits, but it's comfy. Literally going in my office where only I will see it. As long as I'm happy with it, I'm good with that. Thanks for coming along on this journey of impracticality and fantasy, and probably a little outrage and cringe. I apologize. Once I get an idea, I can't be stopped. Anywho, usual sign-off stuff. I have a Patreon. If you want to see extra stuff, $5 a month. I love you whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. Subscribe. I upload every other Friday, and we have fun here. Whee! See? Fun. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! You know what I hate? It worked. I need to go like this. I'm gonna look over that footage and see if that roll was actually as cool as it felt, because I'll tell you what, it felt like X Games. Yep, that'll do, pig. So we've had, oh my god. I know you, I dance with you once upon a dream. Ow, oh, oh, I just pulled something in my ribs. That's what I get for showing a little tush. Am I right?